Welcome to the morning. This is the second episode of the Kennel, the Next Gen podcast. Today we have a special guest, Caleb Dameron, the Assistant Director of Prep Baseball Colorado. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you guys for having me fresh off of an event. Obviously I have my stuff still on, Trey helping us out, so it was a good day.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was warm out, it was nice, a little windy, but we'll take it.
It's always a great day to play baseball.
It was very windy though.
Finally summer.
Yeah. Finally summer, we won the day, so we're moving on to the next thing.
The wind helped the guys at PBR today look a little better. Lots of balls flying out of Metro's field.
Metro's kind of a launch pad anyways in general.
And it was blowing straight out to center, so some guys felt good about the
You need that.
Yeah. But having Caleb here is perfect timing because we just wrapped up CHSAA state playoffs. I know in the last episode we all made our predictions. I was right. I called it, by the way. The script writers were in.
You weren't even close.
I was taking the underdog.
I don't know why. I mean,
you got to root for the boys.
Have you never watched an NFL game? You know who's winning each NFL game. You know who's winning state. It's Mark Johnson's last game, and you think they're not going to let him take home the state champ?
I wanted a miracle.
Well, you didn't get one.
Hate me for hoping.
I applaud you for hoping. It didn't pan out for you, though. So we got to see some of the games. We went to go support our boys at Grandview a couple times and ended up seeing Caleb at some of those games. He's out there watching what seems like hundreds of high school games every spring. Any of you that have ever done a PBR event, you've seen Caleb anytime he's ever posted you guys on social media making you look better than you probably are. Make sure you give him a big shout out and tell him thank you. But we wanted to bring him in. He saw a lot more high school baseball than we did this season, so we wanted to give him an opportunity to spread some word about some guys that might be, undervalued or not getting enough appreciation. Also talk to us about how some teams came in, some did better than expected, some did worse than expected. But overall, Caleb, what was your take on the high school season, not just playoffs?
Overall, the high school season was good. I was happy with the weather too, as I'm sure everyone was, because last spring was pretty brutal with like wind and rain. So it was nice to actually be out there and everyone kind of enjoy good baseball weather. The teams were really good. I mean, honestly, when it came down to the state tournament, it kind of panned out at the very end about how you'd expected. Going into the Elite Eight, you kind of saw a good route for Cherry Creek and Regis to make it pretty deep. They had the deepest rosters, but Prairie View and Grandview both were pretty surprising. To get into the Final Four. I would say Grandview, to start the season, they kind of had to find their identity, figure out who they were, and towards the end of the season, no one really knew about them, but they were getting rolling, and they had some guys, you shout out Jackson Pfister, Tony Crow, and some of these guys that are just going out there and doing their thing, but they figured out what their identity was, and they just ran with it, and they had the pitching to do it to get the job done, and that's kind of what it came down to. Prairie View had two really good uncommitted juniors this year, Fabi and Gaeta and Jerry Stone, who pretty much carried them offensively and on the mound. They're pretty lights out, could beat almost any team, and then just like the rest of their squad, just kind of scrapped through it the rest of the way, and they were able to just kind of get through it. They weren't able to get through Grandview boys though. They lost both games to them.
They couldn't field the puck. They could not field the puck.
They were hunting them to death on the game they went to.
It was 5 in a row. Yeah. Yep. Scott Henry special.
Yeah.
Scott Henry special.
And I'll say I saw a lot of that was another theme in the postseason. It seemed like a lot of teams were really anxious to get the bunt down in postseason, which is totally fine. I get it. You're going to be playing in closer ball games, but it seemed like compared to the regular season, there was a ton of teams just laying bunts down. That I'd gone and watched Regis, 3-4 times against different teams, and barely saw 1 or 2 bunts outside of Christian Lopez dropping down the drag bunt that he does once a game. Mm-hmm. They barely bunted any, and then they see him bunting a couple times in the Final Four and the Elite Eight, and same thing with Cherry Creek. They kind of bunted Grandview to death in that game, went to advance to the championship. Yeah. So it was just kind of interesting to see how teams played it and stuff like that. But it was clean baseball, I would say, on the 5A side, which is where I got to post up for pretty much all of postseason, as I got to watch the 5A side, and it was pretty clean baseball. I didn't really see too many errors. It seemed like guys were out there grinding, and everyone was pretty much playing clean baseball for the most part, and you had to go out there and hit and win ball games on your own, and obviously the pitching is what carried teams to the end. And I mean, it was just a very storybook ending for Mark Johnson to just go out there and win it. And like he said props to his team because they went out there and they're the ones who played and got the job done. So and it was cool. It was a storybook ending like he was putting it. So and it was cool to see all the coverage too.
Yeah.
9 News was out there. Trey Reineke was out there. Just it seemed like everyone was invested to kind of see what happened. And there was some cool stories because of Grandview and Prairie View making it too. So it was a cool on the 5A side.
Especially to see that Creek had to beat Regis
Twice.
for
Yes.
the state championship, not just once.
I was surprised by that.
No, that was crazy too. And then on the 4A side, you got Holy Family. I think it was their first state championship since when me and Trey graduated. Where you 14?
I was 13.
So I graduated in 14. So it was Holy Family's first state championship since 14. And then obviously you have Eaton who won their 4th in a row. And then Denver Christian won their 2nd in a row. And then I saw Marino about a month ago. Theirs was a little bit before everyone else's in playoffs. They won their 1A state championship. So that's kind of how the rest of it fell out.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did you have any surprising players or teams throughout the season that weren't really on your radar? Because I know you spend a lot of time on all of your preseason reports and rankings, and we would check in throughout the season, you being more so up north and us being down here.
Mm-hmm.
But was there anyone that really wasn't on your radar to start, and then by the end of the year, you're like, you got to watch out for this guy or this team?
Yeah, so one team, and they still have a bunch of uncommitted dudes that are going to be hopefully on the radar of some teams and going some big places. Castleview. That was one team, I don't think we really had them ranked in our preseason. We knew they could hit a little bit, but with Tommy Feldhake and Sam Harry, we were like, they're going to be all right. And sure enough, those dudes absolutely carried the team. And then I think Ben Knox was another guy that was a left-handed hitter that went off for them as well. So they had 3, 4. Really most of their lineup was just unreal. So they were one team that I felt like going into playoffs that they could probably be a team that would give tons of people fits because they just destroyed the ball all year. Yeah. I think they were the number 3 or they were top 5 for sure seeding going into the hosting. So they earned it, and their RPI was crazy by the end of the season. I think we had them ranked number 4 or even 3 at one point. So that was one team that really showed up in the middle of the season, and they pitched it well. They did their thing, and their pitchers they put together quality starts, and their offense really just was relentless. And then of course they run into big Charlie Pierce, first game in the regionals, and Charlie Pierce is a D1 guy. He was a future gamer that we took out to Georgia, and he's going to pump a fastball at you about 90 miles an hour. It's going to be firm. He's going to attack all over the zone. He's going to have 3 different pitches, and he won a complete game against those guys, and I'm pretty sure he blanked them. So it was pretty unreal. Yeah, it was pretty unreal just to kind of see stuff happen, and honestly, it's just props to the players in the state just balling out. So since I've been with PBR the last 2 springs, there's been a lot of that, guys just going out there and just balling out and doing their thing, and they're having confidence right now within the state, which is great to see.
I think there is a lot of talent and upcoming talent in the state.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it a lot with the Futures Games guys that you took last year.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to have another good group this year. Who'd you end up giving Player of the State to?
So Player of the Year went to Easton Miller, and he had a very, very good season. He put himself on the draft radar. He's going to Air Force Academy on a baseball scholarship. We'll see what happens there. I know he's got some draft. I think he's pitching actually at Globe Life tomorrow, doing a workout. So he's going to be in front of the Rangers tomorrow, and hopefully all goes well for him. Yeah. And that could be another guy that gets taken off the board from Colorado. Mm-hmm. So we just want more and more of that. And he was our Player of the Year mainly because he was the most dominant guy on the mound. And he did a lot of things offensively as well. And it was really hard to pick within Colorado. And I can't really go too far in depth on how exactly we pick it. But it's a long process, and we go off of all of our scouting and all of our videos and off of people within the state and how they react to different players and stuff like that. And Easton was the most dominant pitcher within the state. He had a 17 strikeout game where he allowed only 1 hit. He had another 13 or 11 strikeout game where he allowed 1 hit. These are all complete games. Yeah. And so he just had, and these are 5A at the 5A level where he's facing teams that went to playoffs, and he's doing this against teams. So he was pretty much just the most dominant guy, and I think he struck out 100 guys and he pitched 51 innings. Wow. And he had a 1.0 ERA.
That's really good.
He broke his high school single season strikeout record by 30 something strikeouts.
And what school is this?
This is Fossil Ridge.
Yeah.
Yep. And he hit 340. He had 9 stolen bases, which is kind of crazy too, and 9 extra base hits. I think he might have had 11 stolen bases. So yeah, he had a really, really good season, and we wish the best for him in the future, and obviously just more guys being put on the radar on the draft. So.
Yeah. Fossil Ridge is kind of loaded too.
Fossil Ridge was loaded.
We talked about their
Loaded.
quick departure last week. We won't hammer that point home. Horse is already dead, but they are loaded. I think they're going to be good.
Yes.
In the foreseeable future as well.
Yep, they should be.
Well, awesome high school recap. I feel like not enough exposure for our Chats athletes. PBR, obviously does a good job of getting our guys out on Twitter, Instagram, making it more public, but unless you have, like, you're a parent that has a kid on a team, it's kind of hard to keep up with, the CHSAA high school side.
Yeah.
So many games going on every day. So major props to Prep Baseball and all that they do to spread the word. And we're here, too, to try to help get some more exposure for guys that deserve it. So we applaud you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys, too.
A lot of long hours, we know.
Appreciate that.
So on the summer ball side, I'm going to let Mr. Head Coach Jordan Medina take over, but Dogs played yesterday.
Dude,
First game of the season.
Waiting forever, and it finally came.
We've been waiting for like 3 or 4 months for this whole thing to start, dude.
We were pretty excited.
We were excited.
I was shaking yesterday. I was so excited.
Oh,
I
yeah,
couldn't
dude.
sit down.
I was ready for us to just leave as soon as we got in to go to the field.
Yeah.
Just head over there. But on the dog side, though, first game, a little iffy. First game jitters.
For sure.
Ended up losing on a walk-off. Also didn't know there was a time limit on our game. So
Yeah.
Breaking news.
That would be
Tough.
something
Breaking
I
news.
would want to know next
That
time.
would've-
Yeah.
that would've
6 minutes
helped a
left.
little.
We got breaking news. Hey,
Yeah.
we're under a time limit.
Yeah, so the time kind of, messed us up a little bit.
Didn't help us.
No, and on that one, we only went 5 innings on that one because of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 innings, lost on a walk-off. Kind of sucks,
Yeah.
but is what it is. Second game, I think the boys finally clicked. We just went ham, dude. We won 16-1, right?
Yeah, 16-1.
16-1. That one was also only 5 innings, but that was because of run rule, not because of
Correct.
time limit for us. So, but boys balled out. Also, dude, shout out Freynier.
Elias.
Had
Elias
an
Freynier.
insane day yesterday. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, single, a home run, and drove in 6 RBIs, which is nuts, dude. He's a baller and a half.
It could have just been him and Baby Bro out there, and, like,
Dude,
we really
and that
would've
was
find
yeah.
out. For game 2.
Little
All around.
Biaggi, dude, went hard yesterday also. CG, complete game.
CG gave up a run in the last inning, which that one hurts a little bit.
I think
But that's on the pitchers being in the outfield, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we decided to put all our POs in to play some outfield,
Yep.
have some fun. It is summer ball at the end of the day, and we did give up a run, but saw a lot of great things from that team in the
did see
second
a lot
game.
of great
Especially in the
things.
second game, we were really like a team there.
yeah.
All around defense, hitting, pitching, it all clicked.
I think Aiden had 7 or 8 strikeouts yesterday too when I was looking on the stats.
Something like that.
Yeah,
through
dude.
5.
Through 5.
70
7.
pitches through 5 innings, 1 walk.
Should have been scoreless.
Should have been scoreless, but all around a great outing.
Also, dude, you gave up the no-no yesterday. You just had to say something out loud to us.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, you said.
It was before.
You said I also think he's
no.
He said
A player on our team said it before, and then we were trying to decide if we wanted to take him for one more inning or shut him down and have someone else throw. I was like, he does kind of have it going.
So you did say it.
I did say I wasn't the
He
first one to
mentioned
say it though. It had to be known.
You can't do that though.
I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that.
But yeah, no. Anyways, with the Dogs team, very happy on all that side. So can't complain. We have another doubleheader tomorrow, same times, 2 and 4 at Smoky Hill. Excited to get that one going also.
And then Friday.
Just letting the boys play. And then we
Yeah.
have Friday, single 9, down in Colorado Springs. I don't even know the field we're at still.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out. I just know it's in Colorado
You gotta
Springs.
love the
It doesn't-
college summer ball
Yeah.
doubleheader grind.
It
the
doesn't matter where we
9-inning
play.
game, and
We're ready to play.
Yeah,
we
that's
want to
right.
play.
Let the Dogs play, man. Just let the
If you're
Dogs
ready in
play.
summer ball, college, I mean, there's a lot of teams you can knock off. Just punch them right in the mouth right away. Like,
Yeah,
hey, we're ready to go. We're ready to hit.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
100%.
some kids show up and just roll right out of bed and
Yeah.
ready to come try and hit.
Yes.
Were we ever teammates in college summer ball, or just play against each
Nope,
other?
we just played against each other. Yeah, just played against each other. Trey would always hit balls off of the houses at, what's the field called?
I don't know.
Ranham High School. It's like super. It
Ranham.
used to be Westy, like Westminster's old high school. It's
tiny.
long story, but like
Yeah.
you'd only know it if you played there. It's like Random's old high school field.
I think it was like 200 feet down the right field line.
It was so tiny, and there's literally the backyard backs up to the back of the fence, and he would pepper the houses like at least once or twice a game. It was unreal.
Flyouts to right on another field.
On a softball field.
And then this was before we show up to the same college together. I'm like, hey, were you the kid that was hitting bombs against my team all summer? He's like, yeah.
Fly balls.
That's the cool thing about college baseball and summer baseball. It brings a lot of guys that you never would know.
Yeah.
And I think then it's small world.
I think we already have a pretty good vibe on our team, I'd say, overall.
Dude, I was very surprised everyone meshed as well as they did just from the get-go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So can't complain about that at all.
Some good last-minute additions that helps the vibe as well.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Well, today we wanted to add in a new segment quickly, and I'm excited to hear your take on this because you don't even know the question.
Okay.
So I hear a lot of people murmuring.
People are starting to murmur
about my 4U 2045 high school graduate, first-round draft pick, has specialized and he's only on a majors travel ball, T-ball team, and we're going to Florida and Texas. I mean, I think we've all had those interactions from lessons and whatnot. So my question is, at what age or point do you specialize and you say, my goal is to play college baseball, and I'm not going to play football, basketball, soccer, golf, like I'm shutting everything else down and I am just baseball 24/7. I'm excited to hear your guys' takes on when does that transition happen? Is it let's get them in baseball when they're 9 and they just focus on baseball and see how good they can become there? Is it when we get into high school we reevaluate, or is it play as many sports as you can all the way through high school, and once you get to college, specialize and narrow down into that sport? So, Nolan, let's start with you and work this way.
The biggest point I see on that is becoming a better athlete. So especially when you're younger, you're growing up, even through high school, you should be playing as many sports as you possibly can be. You want to become the best athlete you can be, and that's only going to help you in any sport you specialize in. So that is like my biggest point on that. But then the other side of that is the pitching side, like is specifically only in baseball. Like when do you become a PO? When do you try and stop being a two-way? And I think that's probably around your junior year of high school. If you know you're going to college baseball and you are going to succeed on the mound, why keep hitting? Why keep playing the field when you could just work specifically on pitching and becoming the best pitcher you can be to get to your next step, which is college baseball, if that's where you want to end up. But
so on that, I agree. But just playing devil's advocate, I'm going to throw out a name that we all know because you know him too. Jax Pfister is probably going to be a college pitcher. Mm-hmm. But his bat also carried them through state at some points. Mm-hmm. So
yes.
I think he's a rare circumstance, obviously. But 100%. In that scenario, what are you doing? If he's your kid, what are you doing?
If as a Jax Pfister, where he can do both and he's going to be productive on both sides, on the mound and hitting, I think you could try to go become a two-way in college. Except every two-way I've seen doesn't last very long, except for maybe one or two kids that really can do it.
I've only played with one.
It's very hard because his practices are way longer. It's way more taxing on your body. You have way more throwing to do.
They're brutal.
They are so hard. Mm-hmm. And I know you know that too because you were a two-way.
Yeah, I went into college as a two-way. So I would see kind of hammering on that point also. I think it's okay to go into college at a two-way, but I think your freshman year is when you'll know. Because that's how it was for me.
It will become clear.
And it would
probably in the fall almost.
I knew as soon as in the fall what I would be, and so when I started out at UNC, I would catch here and there in the fall, but most of my time was on the mound, and that's when I always that's when I kind of started to see I think they see me more as a pitcher kind of deal. As soon as I got back into fall season my sophomore year there, they sat down with me a month in being PO pretty much, and I was I kind of saw it coming. I never was really used for anything else besides the pitching side of things there. But where I came into conflict with is I didn't see myself as a PO. I wanted to still catch and I wanted to hit, and that's why I transferred. As soon as they said we want you to be PO, I was kind of nah, dipped, went to CCU and the rest was that.
Broke records at the plate.
Yeah, I knew I could hit. It's just, I don't know what it was those first 2 years. And it's weird too, like, people always tell you, like, the pace of play, everything else is, like, so much higher level, so much different when you get into college. I honestly didn't think that was true until my sophomore year of college, when, like, it kind of hit me, like, oh, like, we want you to be PO. And I was like, yeah, things are a lot different at this level than if you were just at, like, a high school, even, like, top 5A high schools here. Like, it's so much more different. So for me, going through it personally, I'm going to say freshman year for specializing when it comes to, like, playing multiple sports and, like, saying, like, I know I'm going to be good at baseball, I'm just going to focus on it. I would honestly ride it all the way out through high school, kind of like what Nolan was saying. Like, I think it helped me with my athleticism. Granted, I didn't play multiple sports my full 4 years throughout high school, but at least for the first 2, I was multiple sports, and I think it kind of helped me become more athletic rather than just sticking to, like, one specific movement from each thing at baseball, pretty much, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Caleb, what's your take on it?
Mine is I think you should play as many sports as possible until you can't anymore, until you basically have to make a choice, until you're forced. And that's basically all opportunity based. So, I mean, if you're a kid that, you know, you just got invited to the Future Games, or Team USA just said, like Trey Reineke, you know, if say he was a 2A guy, he was playing football, and all of a sudden, you know, going into his senior year that summer, he was playing on Team USA, and he's probably like, okay, I might probably going to be getting drafted. I probably shouldn't play football this spring. That's when you probably take a step back and say, I know what my future is, and I have to make the decision. For me, it was different. I played football and baseball all the way through, like, you know, my younger age and through middle school, and then my freshman year of high school, I wasn't on varsity for football, but I was pretty dang good. Like, I played good football, and so I wanted to be on varsity the next year, and even the coach was like, hey, you're going to probably be like a varsity running back. And then I made varsity for baseball my freshman year. So then after that, I was like, well, I don't really know what I want to do, because I feel like I have a future in both. But then my parents were like, well, you're not like a super big dude. You know, you might want to, like, consider baseball as your future. And so pretty much from there, I was like, well, if I can start, because I hadn't played a ton of with football, like taking some of my season, I hadn't played a ton of it. So I would take, you know, some falls and summers off from baseball. I wanted to play baseball in the fall and stuff like that, and play on some club balls and teams like that. So for me, I kind of had to make a decision quicker, because I wanted to jump into the full realm of baseball. I knew that was going to be my future a little bit earlier, and I kind of wanted to just, like, invest myself into it kind of right off the bat. But I would say, like for anyone out there that's playing like multiple sports, like you look at guys like Sam Harry, who's with Castleview, like he's one of those guys where he plays football and baseball. You know, he's very good at both. He could probably be on some very, very good rosters, football and baseball wise. And if you're a scout and you kind of understand that, it kind of actually unlocks players too, because then you know that, like, if I can get this guy to just invest into baseball or just invest into football, he's probably going to be a freak, because he doesn't have to worry about the other one half the time. Yeah. So there's, like, a big difference, because, like, there's a perception to it too. So you kind of have to understand, like, where are my opportunities coming from, and when do I have to set something aside. That's kind of where I am with the dual sport thing.
And I think you brought up a good point there about, like, from the scouting side, because I know you played a huge role in helping us find guys for our dogs team. And there's one guy in particular that you were like, I haven't even seen him in person, but I know he's a good basketball player as well. So, like, I know he's athletic, and that's what he led with. Yeah. So parents, players, if you don't think we're being truthful here, we are. Like, that's an entire conversation that we had when we were talking about recruiting guys, is haven't even seen him in person, but I know he's athletic because he's a multi-sport varsity athlete. For me in high school, it was a similar situation. Like, I played 4 sports, and by junior year, the basketball coach and baseball coach had sat down and went to me and one other guy and basically said, you have to choose. So that decision was made for me. But from the time I was 5, I was playing, you know, 4 sports year round, and I do see a ton of value in just becoming more athletic and more well-rounded. And I see the upside. I understand, you know, like, when I have a kid, it's going to be hard for me to be like, I want to build a pro baseball player.
100%.
Right? And, like, I know that we picked a sport that requires a ton of hours of practice. It's not just show and go for games, you know. Hitting, pitching, whatever you want to do, it's rep. It's a rep-based sport. So I understand, like, I don't knock any parent for taking that approach, but it is something that I wanted to talk about because I am kind of passionate in the side of if you can play football, if you can play basketball, soccer, golf, maybe shut down golf a little earlier just because of conflicting swings. But in general, like, if you can play multiple sports, it's not going to hurt you. Now, the point I would take, and like I'll die on this side of it, is if you are going to play multiple sports, you still need to devote time to each sport. Even like if it's basketball season, that doesn't mean that you don't come into the facility.
Sure.
It's my thing. Like, I was a big burnout guy. Caleb, you played with me. You know, I wasn't always the most gung-ho, enthusiastic person on the field. Didn't want to be there every single day. So like I needed that multi-sport for like a breather, so that way I didn't get burnt out. But it wasn't like during basketball season I didn't go hit. You know, I didn't go work on my other crafts as well. That would be my big thing, is play sports, but still utilize the facilities and, you know, the lessons, camps, memberships that we're offering while you're still participating in other sports. That way you don't have to feel foreign when you pick up a bat for the first time when spring season comes around. So that's my takeaway. Might get some people a little fired up, but I know we talked about it in the office, you know, the stereotypical baseball dad, for lack of a politically correct term. Like, I think for the most part, majority are doing it right, and there is no right or wrong. It's your own kid. I just see, you know, like Instagram, TikTok, you guys all have it. Yeah. You see the highlights of those little T-ball teams that they have all the swag, they look awesome, right? They're traveling around the country, but they're like less than 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I know they're great athletes. I know their parents are investing a ton of time, money, and like blood, sweat, tears into them becoming that good athlete. But also, like, how much are you spending to travel the country to play in those tournaments when you don't even know, like, if the kid really likes that without trying out other sports is my big thing.
Yeah.
So. Which could be another topic for us is when do you start taking your kid to travel ball, like tournaments, out-of-state tournaments? What's the age?
That would be
when is it actually useful, and when is it more of like a waste of time and money?
I agree.
Which could be another topic we hit in a future episode.
Side note, Mark that.
Mark it.
That is a question that gets asked.
Clip it, chat.
Put it in the chat.
Because I'm sure you get asked a lot of questions from parents too.
That actually gets brought up a lot. Just more family friends, you know, that have kids that are starting to get serious about sports. They're like, when should we start doing this kind of stuff? Yeah, that's a very popular question, so that would be a good one.
Well, good. Glad, for the most part, we were all on the same page there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Before we get into some of our weekly topics, we have a new thing. Nolan, you want to take this one since you work with Brett so much?
So one of our members and kids that we do lessons with here, Jace Berglund, his dad is the co-founder of Chinook Seeds.
I believe so.
So, pretty sure. But he very graciously has given us some merchandise from Chinook and has given us a box of all their different types of seeds that we are going to try out today and give a little review.
And
so shout out.
I'd like to compare them to, we've all had seeds.
Yeah,
right?
we're baseball players. We all ate seeds
Everyone
growing up.
got
We've
seeds.
had all the seeds, all the brands, all the flavors. We know what we like. So this is pretty exciting stuff.
Let's give an honest review time.
Honest review time. Here we go.
What flavor do you want to start with?
I'm seeing cinnamon toast right here, which
Go
is
for it.
very
Get in there.
interesting.
Let's go cinnamon toast.
Cinnamon toast time?
Cinnamon toast. This one,
Crack it open.
This one did.
tried it yesterday, won't
Tried
lie.
it.
This is my first
Very
time on
good
the cinnamon
seed.
toast.
I thought it was very good yesterday.
You're good. You're good.
I'm going like one.
Single one.
One seed, everyone knows the rules.
Yeah.
Here, we're just going to crack it open.
It does smell like cinnamon toast crunch kind of.
It tastes like cinnamon toast.
Yep. One seed, everyone knows the rules.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It definitely tastes like cinnamon.
It's cinnamon toast.
You can taste it as soon as it goes to your mouth.
That's really good.
I didn't think I'd like that.
Really?
No, because like a sweet seed, I didn't think I'd like it, but it's actually really good. Okay. What do you give it 1 to 10, Caleb?
I'll give it like 7.5.
Okay.
7.5.
I don't know if I could eat a whole bag, but I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Although those bags are not very big.
I think I could tear up a bag.
I think I could tear up a bag of
I think
this-
I'm going like
of this
8-7
CT.
on that.
A late night bag of cinnamon
like,
toast crunch.
Instead of like a little nightly bowl of cereal.
As
some
I'm
cinnamon
saying that,
toast
as I
seeds.
pop another one.
So we got an 8-7 out of Nolan. I heard an 8.7 in there. JT, what you got?
Dude, I'm gonna go 8.2. I'm also like not very big on sweet like
Yeah, I didn't
seeds,
think I'd
but
like it.
I really do like the cinnamon
I'm in the
toast,
same boat
like,
there. I'm like same ballpark.
Yeah.
8.2, maybe even up to an 8.5 just because it was so much better than I was expecting it to be.
It's a solid seed.
Very solid.
And I
seed.
like the size of the seeds.
Yes, yeah.
It's
you
not
actually
too
get
small, it's
something
not
out
too
of it.
big, it's a good size seed.
Yep. I have the next one. I'm picking it just because I've sampled the box they sent, and this is my favorite.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Interesting.
With Bobby Witt Jr. on the front. My personal favorite. Hopefully you guys enjoy.
You just gotta
open it up. I learned my lesson on the last one. Might as well pre-open some other ones. Here you go. Oh. If you only want one.
Everyone got
One seed,
One seed, everyone knows
one
the
seed,
rule.
everyone knows the rule.
Lemon
dude.
pepper.
Lemon pepper. Cheers.
Yeah, I got the classic right there. Pretty good.
It's more mild, but I destroyed a bag of lemon pepper at the CHSAA playoffs.
I was with you when I did that.
I do like lemon pepper.
This one's my favorite.
Like on a wing, lemon pepper's go-to. And I wasn't sure about it on a seed. It's a solid seed too.
That's a great
Solid
seed.
seed also.
It's a 9 for me.
Yeah,
Nine.
I'd say I'd give it like a
9.
9.5. I give it like a 9.5. That's pretty
9.5.
close. That's pretty close to being
It's my favorite one.
your
so far.
optimal seed choice. Maybe a hint of ranch is what I'd be asking for a little bit in there.
I'll throw it in the 8.3 category.
I'm gonna go 8.3 also.
Okay.
I like that. It's a solid seed.
It is
This
a
half
solid
of the table
seed.
likes it.
All right, next one. We'll go the hatch chili, dude. This
hatch
one I
chili.
think is my favorite from him, but I also like a little bit of spice on my seeds. So
I do like the spicy more so than the sweet, but the sweet was surprising.
yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
finish
a big.
that bag of the cinnamon when we're done.
Yeah, really?
I grabbed a lot.
I wasn't
grabbed
expecting
two.
to like it that much.
Pick the biggest seed.
I went to 2 just because I know I like the green chili one. Oh, I got a super flavored one. That's always a good find.
Yeah, this one's my favorite.
I like it.
This is a top one for me too.
I'm going 9.4.
9.4.
9.4, dude. This one's my favorite one they have.
I'm gonna go 8.8. I'm sticking with the
You're-
8 right now.
I'm gonna go
tough
7.
critic.
I'm gonna go 7.5 again.
Oh,
I'd like it
5?
about the same as the cinnamon toast.
I'm gonna go 8.5. I like it. The lemon pepper just hits different. I don't know, but definitely a big fan of the hatch. The hatch one's really good.
I love the hatch, dude.
We'll go with Smokehouse Barbecue.
I
one.
was wondering
Little
what that one was
barbecue.
over there. How many different flavors do they have? Do we know?
There's
There's a lot.
I haven't counted all of them,
Yeah.
but there's a lot.
I don't even think we
this
have all
and
the flavors on
one
here
more.
right
Yeah,
now.
he sent us
Yeah.
more than we even have out.
I used to destroy
Oh,
like
dude.
anything ranch,
Gracias.
any ranch seeds. I would
think
just
there's a-
destroy them. Here you go.
I think there's a jalapeno ranch in there. I want to say.
Jalapeno.
Here you go.
This is barbecue.
Smokehouse Barbecue.
Pretty good.
First time having this one.
Me too.
I like it.
I like it also.
Solid barbecue.
Almost, I don't know if it's just a hatch in my mouth still, a little bit of spice to the barbecue sauce.
You know what we could do is we could go half and half, mix a bag.
Ooh.
Old JUCO style.
Little
Yeah.
JUCO style, yeah.
Throw some Sour Patch Kids
Oh,
in
I was
there.
gonna say yeah. You gotta get the sweets in
Dude,
there.
I don't know how you guys like Sour Patch Kids
It's the
in
sweet.
your
It's
seeds.
the sweet and salty.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
gotta
get
try
both
it.
worlds.
You gotta try it. All right, barbecue. I'm gonna go just flat 8. It's exactly what you
Yeah,
expected
I was
to
gonna
be.
go 8 too, honestly.
I'll stick with you guys on the 8. I say flat. You can't go wrong with barbecue though.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna go 7-8.
7-8?
It's just barbecue isn't my favorite seed. It's a good seed. It's
always
not
gotta
what
be
if
odd
I-
man out.
I know, but if I'm going to the gas station, I'm picking seeds. Barbecue's probably right there next to original. I won't have it.
All right. All right.
Tough critic.
We got one more.
Very
we got one
tough.
more.
One more for
We do
today.
have one more.
Parmesan?
Parmesan and pepper.
I haven't had this one yet.
I haven't had this one.
This one
either.
is. I like this one. It tastes.
Are you gonna give it higher than
Here's
an
your
8?
cinnamon toast. Right here.
I might.
Gotta rip open these bags.
Also, I like the back pocket size bag.
Yes.
I have been
Good
seeing
packaging.
I have been seeing these in the MLB dugouts lately too.
Mm-hmm.
For all you kids out there.
You get the parm, then you get the pep.
What do we got? Parmesan and pepper.
That's very interesting. I like it.
It is interesting, parm
It is.
pepper, but
Yeah.
I kind of rock with it.
I'm gonna say this one would be up there with the lemon pepper on like I could finish a whole bag easily.
Mhm.
Some of the other flavors like really good, but I don't know if I could eat a whole bag of this.
That was like an 8. That one's like an 8.7 for me.
This one?
That one's like an 8.7.
I'm going 9-2.
Oh,
Whoa.
9-2.
Wow. Out of
Finally
the
got
blue.
it.
Out of the
Finally
eight.
out of the 8.
Out of the blue.
I'm liking that one.
I'm gonna go. I'm just going to go 8 flat.
Oh,
8 flat.
I was going to go 8-7. I thought you were going to steal my 8-7. Yeah.
Nah, going 8 flat.
So everyone's favorite. Everyone pick your favorite. I'm going lemon pepper.
I'm going hatch chili.
I'm going Parm and Pep.
Okay.
I think I went lemon pepper. Yeah, lemon pepper was my highest grade.
Wow.
All right.
Lemon pep's the winner today.
Yeah, no one cares about my opinions around here.
No.
I've known this.
Seems
We
to be
got
common.
2
Every time.
lemon pepper votes. You didn't get multiple.
Every
votes.
time we have a vote around the facility, it's always 2 against 1, and I'm always the one.
Sorry,
I never win nothing.
There always has to be a
I'm
one.
sick- I'm
It's a
sick of it.
democracy.
There always has to be a one.
I don't
At
think
least
we've
we
ever
vote.
all agreed on something.
At least we vote.
Yeah.
At least we vote.
Nolan says 60% of the time. It
Every
works.
time.
It
every
works
time.
100% of the time.
Well, that was Chinook Seeds. Big fan. Berglund's awesome. The seeds are awesome. Packaging's awesome. Variety of flavors is awesome.
Go try them.
Got to go give them.
Chinook Seeds, I'm going to go 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 out of 10, 100% all the way.
100%.
They just have good flavors too. They have like unique flavors, not
Yes.
just like the classic. I know they have classic too, but
Yeah.
like they have a variety where like a lot of seed companies are just like original flavors.
Like cinnamon toast is like, who else is doing that?
yeah.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was awesome.
loved it.
More flavors to come, but go check out Chinook
Yep.
Seeds. All right, let's wrap up with Caleb. Do you have anything else for us on the prep baseball side? Some of our guys might not know.
Just
Who
make
are
sure
we?
if you haven't been to an event lately, come check in with us. Try and get in on something, especially before all these national events hit. We're starting to really nail down our depth charts on who we're going to take to futures games, junior futures games, senior futures games, West Coast games, super sophomore games. So I mean, there's literally a national games for every class. And it's one of those things where if you get invited, I mean, you're going to be in front of scouts. So it's one of those things that if we can get an eye on you before we make these decisions, we'd like to see some more players and get more guys out there. Other than that, though, we're running tons of events. I mean, we're going down to Pueblo, we're going down to Mesa, so we're going to be all over the place in Colorado. So I mean, if you have friends out there that are looking to get into showcases, because I know there's not a ton that get run down in those places, we will be down there this summer. And then other thing too, we're going to be running some scout days with various high schools and stuff like that. So check in with your high school coach and say, hey coach, are we doing a PBR scout day? Because the chances are we might be running through your high school and get in there. And their scout days are cheap and it's just a pretty quick event where you get an update on your metrics, and you'll still run a 60. You'll still get your TrackMan hitting, TrackMan pitching, defensive video. We just don't do any of the extra like stuff like jump mat or like the visual edge and some of the extra stuff. So those scout days are just like cheaper and more based on just getting you like the raw metrics, especially if you've already been to a bigger event.
Yeah.
Outside of that though, I mean, Trey likes to come help us out. I don't know if I can get any of these guys in some of our other bigger events, but come see us, and we're always happy to see guys in the state. And if you guys ever need anything, don't be afraid to reach out to us on social media or whatever it may be. We're here for you guys and here for the state. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much all I have.
We're big fans.
Yeah.
You see it in the
Huge
lobby when you
fans,
walk
too.
in.
Yeah.
We got it. We need to get
the banner up.
Yeah.
Huge PBR guys. We use
Yeah.
PBR all the time.
Dude,
I
all the
appreciate
time.
that.
We were on the social
We
media
would
for
not have a
PBR.
dogs team without PBR.
Yes.
No.
100%.
I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to go and watch some dogs games this summer.
Yes, sir.
I'll be there.
That's
Hopefully we
awesome.
show out for you.
Yeah, we need
I'll be
to.
there. I'll be there.
Show out.
I'll show up with my gun and I'll get some metrics. And
Yep.
Sure, get
There
some
we
of our
go.
guys going.
Seriously,
There
I'll
we
pump
go.
them out.
Yes,
I'll pump
sir.
some tweets out. If I was there for yesterday for Rainier, I would hopefully got his home run or something on video.
Oh,
so.
we have it.
We
We
have
have
it.
Whoa,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
all right.
Media
I
team
might need
on
to take a look
Shout
at
out
that.
our media
Our
team.
media team was
Media
on
team.
it for day one yesterday.
Maybe
they
we'll
killed
say
it.
Trey, our PBR representative, was there.
You could have
video
got
for us.
you could have got some good stats on how far Fleischer's bat went yesterday.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
his
we'll
hand.
have to show you that when we got video.
I think that went 100 feet.
It did.
I think it went
third base.
over third base.
Baseball is better nowadays that we have like video for everything though. Like,
Yes.
it's pretty cool that we
Yeah.
can stream all the games on like YouTube or Game Changer, and like you can just go watch all the highlights, even if PBR doesn't get the good, close-up open frame video of your swing or something like that. You usually can go find your highlights somewhere. It's cool. I like this day and age of being able to promote yourself and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, we appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you having me.
First
sir.
guest on the pod.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
First
I hope
guest.
that was
Loved
good.
it.
Yeah,
Loved
doors
it.
over there. You can take a bag of seats on your way out. Now, wrapping up, I'm gonna have Jordan. Do you want to hit the RMAC real quick, and then me and Nolan can split up the weekly updates?
Yeah, so just first off, huge shout out to RMAC Insider. Just all the shout outs he's been giving us and kind of the DMs we've been going back and forth. Excited to have a conversation with him. Quickly on the RMAC side, everyone's playing summer ball now, obviously. one thing that stood out to me was the amount of Northwood kids that are in the RMAC right now. I think when I counted, there was like 15 or 20
That's good.
that are in the Northwoods
really
right now.
That's good.
So RMAC's trending upwards. So other than that, that's all I really have on RMAC side. Excited to see all the boys ball out. RMAC Insider's been posting on them too. It's cool to see everyone in front of those kind of scenes and stuff too.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
It's an experience right there going to the
Yes, sir.
Northwoods. It's good baseball.
Oh, dude, it's awesome baseball, it seems like.
So I'll give a quick update on our pro guys, going from college to pro real quick. Harry Gustin, a few more outings since last time we talked. He has now faced 115 batters, 22 strikeouts, 17 earned runs, 22 1/3 innings pitched. Harry, please stay healthy. Can't wait to have you back in the facility. Yeah. Isaac Collins, 50 games, 177 at-bats, 49 hits, 38 runs, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs, 30 walks, 7 stolen bases, 277 batting average, and doing it from both sides of the plate, and he's just awesome. Isaac, keep balling. Can't wait for your call-up. Can't wait to have you back.
We're ready to go to Milwaukee.
Gotta love a switch hitter.
Yeah.
We want to go to
We have the
Milwaukee.
signs ready.
Let's go.
We got the
Let's go.
plans.
I think we're going to have to shout out our big dog of the week.
Go for it.
I'll have to.
We're going to have to shout out Blaine Turnbow for finally, after 10 tries, he finally made it to the Boston Marathon.
Yep,
he
qualified.
qualified
baby.
for the
Oh,
Boston
wow.
Marathon, which
Yes,
is really
sir.
cool.
That's awesome, dude.
So that is our big dog of the week. He'll see his post tomorrow. We're super excited to give him his bracelet. He gets to rock his big dog bracelet now.
Sir,
Yep.
But
part of the club.
that's all it is just keep
One of
grinding,
us.
put your head down, and get what you want.
Yeah.
He got his goal, and he got it, and we're proud of him.
He's on pace for a 7-minute mile, like 7 and some change, for 26 miles.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
run
That's
1
awesome.
mile at the gym.
That is crazy.
Not a 7-minute pace, and I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I lay down after.
He's been super strict, I know, with his diet and his routine and making sure every morning he's getting out there and running his miles, and good for him. Like, really
gotta be
proud to
built
see.
different.
Yeah,
You do.
Love to see that from him.
So congrats, Blaine Turnbow, big dog of the week. Facility updates, I'll take them. Member times have changed. Our schedule has changed. Now everyone's out of school. 10 to 12, Monday to Friday. College member time, you don't have to be on the dogs to utilize that college membership. Talked to a guy yesterday, Jose Centron. I don't know if you guys remember him.
I played with Jose.
Yeah,
back,
he's a good
back
little
in high
ball
school,
player. Big now, not little.
Yeah.
But talked to him yesterday. You know, he's looking for some help in some swing, getting everything right before he goes back for next season. If you're a college guy, if you're in the RMAC, even if you're not, get the college membership. It's only $50 a month. You can come in every day from 10 to 12. Our dogs are in here all the time. It's always bumping every morning. We're getting live at bats in. We're getting swings in. We got areas for arm care, 4 cages to just do front toss tee work. We have the hit tracks fired up. We got the new Rapsodo ordered. Oiled.
Yep.
We got the new Rapsodo
Can't wait. Can't
ordered.
wait.
I know
It's
you're
the
fired
Rapsodo
up.
2.0. It does pitching and hitting.
Very
it comes
nice.
out on the 10th, I'm told. And we should be one of the first facilities to have it. You know, we like to be early adopters. We have the Rapid Mat. We were one of the first there. We have the hit tracks.
Pro Stalker.
Pro Stalker,
yes.
On Form, Diamond Connects. We love our tech, and now we will have the Rapsodo 2.0, hopefully by the 13th is what they said. They're going to
Awesome.
ship it out to us.
Can't
nice
wait
and
to
quick.
use that thing.
So if
Can't
you're a
wait.
pitcher
Heaven, dude.
and
I
you're looking
know.
for a home, we got you. We'll have that new Rapsodo up and fired up hopefully by the 13th. Also want to give another shout out to JT that runs the Hit Lab. If you want to walk us through that Hit Lab again one more time.
Yeah, so basically what Hit Lab is what we do is we use biometrics on everyone's swing. So let's say someone signs up for Hit Lab, first session they come in, we're just getting all their numbers. We'll use the Rapid Mat, which is a force plate, which has a bunch of metrics we'll use on it. We use the Diamond Kinetic sensor on the end of the bat, a bunch of metrics also that we use. We also use the OnForm, which is the bioscan app, kind of give your bioskeleton throughout the swing. From there, I go through, write out all the numbers down, see what we're good at, see what we're average at, see what we're below average at, and then from there we just personalize a hitting plan specifically to them. They come in every week, we do the hitting plan. Every 2 or 3 weeks we'll remeasure numbers, and we just keep doing that until we see mostly green on everyone's stuff. We just compare everything with the numbers they send us. They do, I know Rapid does pretty much all their stuff with only pro guys, so that's cool to see their numbers compared to the numbers that we have here with all the high school kids that come in and try and get them up to there. So kind of the gist on Hit Lab, short and brief.
And
but
I will give you props on one of your Hit Lab members, Torin. Torrin, shout out, there you go. I know you're begging for it, but I know he's come in, used the hit lab all spring.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't hit with him in a couple months because me being a Lutheran and not being around for lessons as often. Got to hit with him this week, and you can notice a difference off the bat just from having feedback on your metrics on what you struggle with and what you don't, and JT creating that specific plan for you. You see Torrin in the back with the water bags and the med balls, and it gets you on sliders, and it's very specific to him, and you could really notice a difference. I mean, he's still skinny and needs to hit the weight room and learn how to eat, but I mean, when he does get it barrel now is way different than when he got barrel
from
last
before.
year. Yes.
It seems like it too, just in times where he does come and hit with me also. So definitely shout out Torrin though. He's always consistent though. He's in here all the time doing his plan.
Dude lives here.
Oh yeah.
So it does work. I will say it does work. I'm hands off on that hit lab, but it works.
I'm happy it works. That's the goal. So.
Hit lab also available. I think it's, in my opinion, would be perfect for high school and college guys.
Yeah, 100%.
A little bit more advanced, less mechanical, more optimizing your mechanics.
Yep.
But Hit Lab is back up and running. We start our dogs camps this Thursday. We have the hitting sessions from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Thursdays, only $40 a session for 2 hours, led by our dogs team. We have the pitching session on Fridays, 9 to 11, $40 as well. Tomorrow is the last day to get signed up for that. So hopefully you're watching this podcast tonight because you are one of our biggest fans and you watch it as soon as it drops.
Yep.
And you go tell mom and dad the camps are starting this week and we haven't signed up yet. We've had a lot of interest, but we need to close the deal on some more signups. We want to make sure that those dogs are helping out as many people as possible. So make sure you get signed up for those and stay tuned for next week's update as we'll have 2, 3, probably like 6 more games under our belt before we do our update next week.
Who's the guest next week?
Oh, welcome back.
No.
We'll have you anytime you want, but we won't make you drive down for it. RMAC Insider, shout us out. We're looking for a guest for next week.
That is true.
100%.
I have a phone call with him this week, so
we'll see.
You never know.
We have a good guest list lined up. So if you're interested, reach out to us, DM us. If you have questions about the facility, we're super accessible on social media. The dogs have an account. NextGen has an account. Hit Lab has an account. We all have our personal accounts. Caleb runs 15 accounts for PBR. If you need to get a hold of any of us, pretty easy to do. Any questions, comments, concerns you have for us, we will always respond to you. And most importantly, please do not waste opportunities. I know we didn't talk about this today, but we all probably have regrets from our careers, and we all probably wish we had facilities like this to come into. I know I did.
Yep.
We shared facilities for a little bit, and it was nothing like this. So please make the most of what's given to you, and if you have any suggestions for us, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And on that, I think that's all I have for today.
And that's all I got also. Sounds like a wrap on today's good podcast.
Day 2's done.
Day 2
done.
If 2's our last one, let us know.
So be it. It's been fun though.
It's been a good ride.
It might be.
Sorry, I burnt it out.
But good feedback, episode 1. We'll keep doing it if you keep wanting us to. If you don't want us to, that's fine. Just let us know. People were murmuring.
And we did it.
We jumped.
On all platforms now.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Apple. Tell them the platforms real quick.
Oh yeah. So just quickly touch on it. We are on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify Podcasts. Those 3.
There we go.
Much harder to do than we were expecting, but we're there.
Yep.
So go find us. Thank you for listening. I know we always say we're going to keep it short, and we never do. So next week will be even longer.
Yep.
See you
Dogs
guys
out.
then.
Yep. Big
Dogs out.